As we have illustrated, we can do conditional logic saying, okay, do we go left? Do we go right? Do we click login? Do we do something else? Do we pick cat? Do we pick dog, right? So I think we got that covered. Of course, this can be generalized to a lot of different cases. But what we want to do now is just talk a little bit about how the Busang tool makes its distinctions, right? And also, if you are working on a test tool, what you should keep in mind. So let's go back to the root, new module, and as you can see, the next thing is DOM changes. So let's just call this DOM changes. Here we're going to call this Scramble. That's going to be the first test, and the URL is going to be Scramble here. If I'm right, it's going to open the Scramble test case. Yes. This is pretty straightforward. The only thing we want to do here is we want to make sure that we can hit the right button. So what we do is we're going to hit record, and this is the right button, the lion button. That's the one we want to hit. We're going to hit it, and we see success. So we create an assertion on success, okay? So this is very good. We find a little success, and we assert it, okay? That's good. So of course, when we run this now, it's going to be simple. So we're just going to do one little thing. We're just going to go in here and say, never reload test win, just to keep it simple. It wouldn't reload anyways because the URL won't change, but it's just a detail. So basically, when I run this test, it hits lions and we get success. Okay, very good. So why are we doing this problem, right? Well, the reason is we need to show that it will be able to find the items regardless what you do with it. So, okay, let's scramble order. Let's see if it still finds the item. Okay, no problem. Well, what if we scramble the ID? Normal test automation tools rely on IDs to be able to find the item. So now we change the ID to bigger, and as you can see, the button grow much bigger to illustrate this. Let's see if we can find the button still. Yes, we can. So this is where Busang, using natural language, is a little different, the way it locates elements. But what's also very good is usually you can find IDs and classes and all this changing very rapidly without the user seeing. Well, Busang always does kind of the test like the human would, right? So you shouldn't see any expecting error happening because the ID changes, okay? Same when you change the class. Even if I change the order and the class and we hit play, of course we'll find it, right? And this wouldn't be the normal case with XPath or CSS selectors. Now, what's interesting is, okay, so we go after the words lion, right? You can see that if you look at the path, you see end contains lion here, okay? But what happens now if we change the wording? Because sometimes wordings on a button might change, right? So let's do scramble content and scramble order, and let's see what Busang does now. What you can see is that it's not finding it. But what it does is, on the other hand, it allows you to basically repair the test on the go because it knows it doesn't find it, right? So now you can pick out the element and it will update the test case completely. So now I'll just highlight the button and I'll click on it. And as you can see, I can validate it, pick the Puma button. I'll hit continue. And now, of course, if I run the test again, it's going to work. So basically now I could scramble again the ID, the class, and the order, and we can run the test. So basically what we've been trying to do with Busang is to create a way to be extremely stable to code changes. And when you actually get changes that changes the actual wording, you can actually super quickly automatically repair all your test cases. And this is really going to, the goal is to remove, 95% of your test maintenance.